What's going on, everybody? I'll run you through a trading recap that I did today on my funded account. So without further ado, let's get right into it, guys. Today was December 2nd, 2025. It was a Tuesday. We are here on the daily chart right here, and we are formulating whether or not we think price is going to be running higher or running lower. So I got ES on the left here and NQ on the right. So what do we see? We see price came down here and ran this low. We delivered to this sell side liquidity right here. What did we do once we reached this key level? We manipulated this low right here, not closing below, trading back up within the range and closing below our down close candle here on the daily chart. So from a higher time frame bias, it looks like we are seeking buy side liquidity and we are looking for bullish prices, namely again because we came off of this sell side liquidity. We manipulated it and then we changed our state of delivery higher, negating this bearish order block right here, and then we have been forming our bullish price delivery arrays in this range higher. And now what we're going to look for is what higher time frame key levels can we expect price to support in that bullish expansion higher. So we're going to be looking for key levels on the daily and then dropping down to the 4 hour as well. Then we're mainly going to be looking at imbalances and order blocks. Alrighty, super cool. So what do you see here? I've identified our higher time frame key levels on the daily and on the 4 hour as well. And I have annotated this low down here for that sell side liquidity just so you guys can see that on your charts as well. So we're thinking bullish bias. We traded to this low, reacted strongly off of this, ran higher, changed our state of delivery higher, and we're creating all of these bullish price delivery arrays in this expansion to the upside. So we have our bias, we have our higher time frame key levels. And now what we're going to do is we are going to look at our intermediate order flow as they interact with these higher time frame key levels to determine if price is poised to book in our likely direction being bullish right now. That was kind of confusing, so I'll re-say it. Is we are going to confirm our bullish bias at these higher time frame key levels using our intermediate term order flow. And what that's going to do is that's going to take your idea of bullish prices, and it's going to align you with the market on that intermediate term time frame, so like that 4 hour and that 1 hour. So we are in the daily fair value gap right here with our time frame pairings. We know that we're going to be looking at the hourly chart, and what we're going to be looking for is the reaction in this fair value gap right here, and we're going to be looking for bullish order flow on the hourly because again this is a daily fair value gap. So we see price runs lower into this daily fair value gap here on the hourly, make this failed swing high, come down, failed swing low, and then we do create this bullish change in state right here as we draw higher out of this fair value gap. So we have our bullish bias, we have our higher time frame key level at this daily fair value gap, and we have confirmed that price has changed a bullish state of delivery out of this higher time frame key level. Super cool. So now all that is left to do, guys, is to now find a bullish entry setup intraday. Real quick, I know that I have NQ over here, and I haven't really discussed this much through this higher time frame analysis because you're basically going to do the same exact analysis that I'm doing on ES, on NQ, and you're going to compare and contrast and just make sure that the price action is booking together for the pairs and you're not seeing too big of divergences between the two. Alright, so we're looking for a bullish entry setup now that we have confirmed that we are looking for bullish prices, okay? And the way that I do that is I look at what daily profile is forming for the intraday price action. And what I want to see when I am bullish bias, bullish sentiment, is I'm looking for a bullish daily profile to form. And very generically, what that means is that means price is going to open, trade below that opening price, come in contact with some type of higher time frame price delivery array, and then expand above that new day opening price to expand price higher. So when we're looking at our new day open, we're going to refer to that opening candle. Sorry, new day open right there. Awesome. And then we're going to look at how price has reacted around this opening price. We can see our trading sessions here. Asia opened, traded lower. London took out Asia's low. Then we expanded higher, making a bullish change in the state of delivery above these set of down close candles, confirming that this is probably going to be a bullish daily profile. Now that price has opened, traded lower, created this London low, and then changed our state of delivery to bullish Alrighty, cool. So you guys see how we are looking at our higher time frames, the daily chart. We're looking at our intermediate term time frames, that 4 hour and or hour, depending on which higher time frame PD array we're using. And then we are also looking at our short term time frame, being that intraday time frame. So we're blending the 3 different time frames, guys, to come to a conclusion on whether or not we think we are on the right side of the market. So everything is in alignment for us to be looking for longs today, guys. And what do we look for now in terms of an actual entry when we have all these different time frames and confluences aligned? So when I come to the market and we have a bullish bias, everything is in alignment, and I see that we have this everything is in alignment, and I see that we have this bullish daily profile forming. The question is, where does the actual entry setup occur, right? And when we are bullish, looking for bullish daily profiles, we see that London's made this low. We're not expecting New York to come down and sweep this London low, right? It might happen. We could even have like an SMT where ES does it, NQ doesn't, or vice versa. But for example, like in this case, we don't see that London being ran, right? So if you're waiting for that liquidity sweep on previous session being this low right here, you're just not going to get it, and you're not going to get that trading setup for today. So for me, knowing this, I do a series of progressions, right? I first look at hourly order blocks, hourly fair value gaps, internal liquidity, and then we can do the external, right? So for example, here's an order block right here. Here's a fair value gap right here. Obviously, we have this one, but this occurred in London, and we are pretending like we just opened up at market open right here, right? So we have this order block right here, fair value gap right here. Now, this is where NQ really became important today for us in our analysis. I know you saw me have it earlier on the higher time frame breakdown, which we didn't actually utilize, but this is the reason I had it pulled up, is because for our intraday price action, it made a big difference today. And what we see here is NQ actually comes down and supports very strong on this order block right here, whereas ES returns deeper within the range to this fair value gap right here. So in my mind, I was looking at this and I was saying, okay, NQ is holding really strong on this bullish hourly order block. We have tapped right into this fair value gap as well, not closing below this low on this internal liquidity sweep. This looks like a strong reaction to the upside, holding strong on this order block. I know ES looks a little bit weaker since we pulled through this order block, but we are holding strong in this fair value gap right here. Then we also have a 4-hour fair value gap as well. So just a lot of bullish price delivery arrays stacking on top of each other right here, as NQ is holding really strong on the order block, strong reaction out of this fair value gap. So we were thinking that we could have bullish prices right here. This is basically where our trading idea came from, seeing NQ hold on these price delivery arrays on the hour, and then ES come down a little bit deeper into the range, but have that same strong bullish reaction. All right, now we can get into the actual executions on the chart. This is the 5-minute right here. Again, we are thinking bullish prices today. We are in the framework of a bullish daily profile. We see that we have these higher time frame hourly price delivery arrays. We had this hourly fair value gap right here. We'll back out and show you. Hourly fair value gap right here. Also supporting in this downrange candles, this hourly order block right here, and then the 4-hour larger fair value gap on the higher time frame right there as well. So just a lot of bullish price delivery arrays stacked on top of each other. So what I was looking for was the potential that this area right here in those hourly PD arrays was going to support us to the upside to then potentially take out this buy side liquidity at the top here. So 9:30 opens, we kind of consolidate, we run lower into those expected key price levels on the hourly. We see this strong price reaction, price runs higher, runs lower, and then we can kind of see where we are for the end of the day. We're going to take you into price action a little bit more in depth right here at these actual key levels so we can see our executions for the day. Keep in mind, we were more or less just expecting or framing the idea that we were going to hold these levels and then return up within the range, targeting this 5-minute gap right here, which is also a 15-minute. They kind of coincide right there. You're probably saying, why wouldn't you target this buy side liquidity when we have relative equal highs? And just to kind of go through that mentality is because on the higher time frames, we are somewhat consolidating. So I wasn't expecting a huge expansion higher on today until we get out of this range right here, either higher or lower. So I know that I'm still framing the day as a bullish daily profile. We're still taking longs, but I am going to be at least mindful of where we are within the range and understanding that on the 4 hour we do look like we could be potentially consolidating up at these highs. So I'm not expecting price to reach for any type of extremes from one range or the other, and that's why we were really just targeting this 15-minute and or 5-minute fair value gap right here off of these hourly order block and hourly fair value gap. One thing to note is that on ES right here, we kind of come up and stall in this little fair value gap, whereas NQ, the price action is much cleaner. We come right up, hold this little fair value gap, and start booking to the top side. And we will throw the executions on the chart here so you guys can actually see where I entered and exited. Alrighty, and here we go right here. Just like I mentioned, we had this run down to these hard time frame key levels, hourly order block, hour fair value gap, when we were anticipating this bullish daily profile. Exactly what we were expecting. We saw the reaction here. Once NQ held that fair value gap strong and made that low, we took our longs right here in this candle. And then again, we were targeting just this 5-minute, 15-minute fair value gap. I did leave remaining 2 contracts on up towards the top end of the fair value gap. When we saw that it wasn't necessarily going to be holding, then what I did was I exited my final contract right here. Are the executions. There was the framework, that was the model that I was working inside of, that we were looking for bullish prices based off that higher time frame level. We saw that strong reaction that we were looking for on the intermediate term time frames, confirming out of this higher time frame key level. And then all we're doing is just confirming with that bullish daily profile and understanding where we should be looking for our setups based on that developing profile. So there you go, people. Trade recap today was Tuesday. It was the 2nd of December. And there we go.